All right, good work.
All right, time
Shoot again next week.
pack it
All right,
up.
later.
Let's go home.
I'm home.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't know how you do this.
Uh-huh.
I do this from my home.
Oh, I go to Starbucks.
I go to the public library. I use my library card to get books about
VHS tapes.
dinosaurs.
Oh. I do that too.
How many books do you think there are about VHS tapes?
At least 32.
That's a pretty baseline assumption.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Pretty much at least there's going to be like VHSs for dummies 1 through 32.
Yeah, it's definitely at least that.
All right, and that'll do it for this week's Book versus Mancast. And remember, everyone, next week we're going to be talking about and discussing Cassandra Zara's classic, A Baby for My Billionaire Stepbrother 2. I'll read everyone the description so we can know what we're going to be getting ourselves into here. It's much like the first one. It's fantastic. Ryan, aren't you excited to be reading this?
Yes. I read all the time. It's my favorite activity.
Specifically, we love romance novels, so this is just right up our alley here.
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to read you the synopsis from the back of the book here. You haven't been able to get enough of this ever since you saw me get out of the shower, have you? The sexual tension between us had been too much to bear. In a single moment, everything about my relationship with my billionaire stepbrother changed. When James saw the IOU, when he heard my plans, something within him snapped. He crossed a line, committed acts that society would consider forbidden. I had found out firsthand that he had made all those girls moan while we shared a wall in high school. I knew there was no going back. I never thought of him as a brother, and now I never would. Still, the jerk inside my stepbrothers remained. When he sent me to his apartment to wait for him, I obeyed. Every moment that we spent apart, I touched my belly. I thought about our future together if I did become pregnant. And as he took me again and again, the same thought kept racing through my mind. Would James accept me into his life, especially if I gave him the greatest gift of all? A baby? I don't know about you, Ryan, but I'm just so excited. I'm such a big Cassandra Zara fan. This one just seems incredible.
I'm a little nervous for our titular character. She seems a little.
Allie?
Yes.
Well,
I'm worried about her. Okay.
What's she worried about? She's gonna have a baby with her brother's a billionaire.
I don't know. There's got to be some drama. There's always some drama. Baby mama drama.
I hope there's some drama. Otherwise, what's the
fucking point, Ryan? Right? Jesus. But
you know, it's funny. I always wind up swearing like during the intro when I'm like playing a character who doesn't necessarily swear.
I just make you swear. I break the ice.
I feel like if someone had a podcast where they legitimately reviewed or discussed romance novels, probably wouldn't curse that much.
I would
too. I'd be like, fuck, this is terrible.
This fucking shit right
fuck.
Here.
That was our usual joke, guys. This isn't that podcast. This is the Bear versus Mancast. It's a podcast about video games.
Ain't that the truth?
And tell everybody some more about the Bear versus Mancast.
We're a podcast. We have video games on it. We're on websites. You can find us on them. All the ones you could think of.
Hey, hold on. We're like doing this plug like an hour and 25 minutes too early.
Yeah, I don't know. You put me on the spot, man. It's the first
I just
thing
want to tell 'em- Okay.
Podcast, video games. We're going to talk about them. We are personalities of the internet.
Correct. Sort of.
Nick and Ryan, what up?
Hey, I'm Nick. We're going to.
And I'm Stan.
It's not Stan.
Shit. Ryan. That's
you
want
to try? Okay. So you want to try again? We're going to talk about some of the games we played this week and whether or not they're shit. And then we're going to talk about what's going on in video games, what we're looking forward to. Talk a little bit about, what's happening.
Can I tell you? I tell you a statistic that I heard?
Yeah, sure.
2 out of 3 video games are shit.
Is that really?
Yep.
That's not.
It was published by Forbes magazine.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty legit then.
Super legit.
It's like very legit.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, do you really believe that that's true, Ryan?
No.
I almost want to say
actually,
maybe 2 or 3 video games that you've played are shit.
Kinda. Sometimes
there's a lot of video games coming out, like a lot of like Steam releases and stuff like that. They're just like
shite.
Whatever. And it's like whatever. Or like it's a bunch of like 5 guys in some like Eastern European country just like made a 3D like survival game, and then they're just like, there it is. It's out. It's on Steam.
It's on
early access.
It's in early access.
$20, please.
It'll be out in never, because these things never get funding.
Oh, early access isn't necessarily about trying to seek funding. Early access is a multifaceted thing. A lot of people do it for different reasons. Some people just say, like, shit, we can't finish making this game unless we get more money. Shit! And so they sell it early, and then they use that money to finish development.
Yeah.
But some places, some companies are like, well, we're going to release it anyways, but we're going to put on early access so people who really want to play it get a chance to play it ahead of time.
Play a
and then
bad version of it.
You get, like, legitimate feedback about it. They'll just release, they'll just use this like a beta sort of thing.
Everything's meaningless.
Everything's terrible.
Terrible.
Nobody wins.
Video games are bad. Everybody go home.
Ryan, you played more games than I did this week, so I'm going to let you start.
All right.
Now that you're not sick anymore.
Debatable, but yeah, I feel pretty good.
Oh, you played more video games than Zero, so you're not sick anymore.
All right, fair. Okay, so I have for you a collection of video games that I've played.
Collection? Damn.
Not really. It's a small focus group of video game prowess. Okay, so I played a PC game, a browser game, and a PlayStation 3 game.
Are any of them on your 3x3?
No.
Shit.
Shit.
Oh, man. How about this browser game?
Okay. I saw this game on Unprofessional Fridays from thegiantbomb.com this week. And it looked great.
Oh, that one with the orbs.
Fun. Yeah, so I played, it's called, the browser URL address is agar.io. That is agar.io. And you play as a little orb eating other orbs. As you eat orbs, you get bigger. And then as you get bigger, you can eat other players. Get lots of points. And then, yeah. If you like, you can like. There's not a lot of nuance to this game. It's kind of like just doing the motions. But you know what? I just have a lot of fun while I play it.
Can't you like? You can like break your dude in half and launch half of it out.
Yeah, so
in hopes of catching someone unprepared.
Yeah, so if you push space, you split off into you split yourself in half, and then like you go a certain distance forward, and sometimes you can catch people and just consume them. It's great. I'm gonna do it right now.
Are you playing this game right now?
A little bit, yeah. Just so I could remember it. But yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun. Then you can like get on the leaderboard and like do good. I don't know. It's what's fun like? It's this. This is fun.
This is fun. Okay.
Yeah.
And isn't it like it's just you just use the mouse?
Yeah,
and your dude just kind of follows the mouse.
Yeah, wherever your cursor points is where it goes.
What well, I guess I almost asked like, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't really know.
And I realized that there wasn't one.
Yeah, I just do it because I don't know. It's just one of those things where like you just end up playing this game and you're like, well, 3 hours went by.
You spent that much time playing it?
I don't know, maybe a couple. It's a good podcast game when like you want to pay more attention to the podcast than the other thing you do, which is agar.io.
Okay, I can see that.
You know, it's like you lean back in the chair and you put on a podcast or some YouTube videos, and then you just fucking you roll with it, eating little orbs. And then you get on the leaderboard, and then it's like real talk.
It's like, I mean, the leaderboard is just like for that game, though, right?
Yeah, it's like whoever's in it, whoever has the most score.
And any guess about how many people are actually playing at once?
So there's quite a lot from what I can tell. So like when you want to play, you like pick a server. And so I'm on the US East server, and there's apparently 8,500 people playing on it.
What
I don't think these are accurate. I think these are the caps for the server. There's no way there's 15, 19, and then like there's no way there's like 50,000 people playing this game right now. Although who knows? I don't know.
80. Well, how many people you say it says they're playing at once?
On my server is 8,500.
It's kind of a lot.
Right, but then like the European server is 28,000, almost 29,000.
What moniker do you go by when you play this game?
I don't know what that means. I'm not educated.
What name do you use?
Oh, I used Bear vs. Mancast. Spread the word.
Oh, word.
Spread the good. Spread the good name.
It's like pins, but better.
I don't know what pins is. What's that?
Those things that you really want to get and give out at PAX East.
Oh yeah, no, those are buttons.
Those are pins.
No, they're buttons.
It's both.
God damn it, Nick! It's buttons.
It's both. Oh,
I will beat you. It's buttons.
Oh man.
Are you playing this game?
I started playing this game.
It's good, right?
I don't know if that's a concession I'm willing to make.
Yeah, that's all right.
That it's good.
It's mindless. It's mindless entertainment.
That's true. Ah, that guy's huge.
Who, Todd Gurley?
No, I'm in a different thing than you.
Okay. That's all right. Yeah,
the leaderboard right now, Lisa Ann is in first, and then followed by Earth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a dumb little thing. I was playing this week.
Is this like a recent thing?
I don't fucking know. Probably.
I wonder how long it is before just nobody plays this game ever.
Yeah, that's like a really good question. Anyway, what'd you do? Tell Ryan about it. Oh man,
hey, I'm gonna call. Oh shit, I'm gonna call that guy's phone number because he ate me. Because he made his phone number. Hey, so I played Game I mentioned last week, anxiously waiting for it to unlock my digital download. Puzzle and Dragon Z plus Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition.
Ooh. You're just going right for the big guns, huh?
Really looking forward. Yeah, F it, dude. Why not?
All right.
I was really looking forward to this game.
I know you were.
And I think I'm pleased with it.
You sound unconvinced.
Here's the thing about it. I played through like the first 4 worlds of Super Mario Brothers 1.
Okay.
And it's super fun. Like it's a match 3.
Yes.
And you make a team of like Goombas and Koopas and shit.
Yes.
And they all have different elements. And then when you match and then like you enter a level.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh, here's some Goombas and Thwomps and Piranha Plants and stuff, like whatever, bad guys for the Super Mario Brothers universe. And they're like, here are some enemies, and you have to fight them. And then you match orbs, and like if you match 3 green orbs, then your wood element people attack.
Okay.
And then if you match, so on and so forth, match fire orbs or light orbs or dark orbs. There's 5 different elements. Wood, fire, water, light, and dark. And then there's also heart orbs, which will heal you.
Uh-huh.
If you match them. And so instead of just like switching 2 gems, like Bejeweled or something.
Yep.
You basically pick up 1 jewel, or an orb, they call them, and you can slide around the map wherever you want, and then you get like 3 seconds of moving it, and then you put it, and then when you drop it, it'll, everything will clear out.
Okay.
And then cascade. It's like really fun and interesting, like you take a second to look at it and you're like, all right, gotta move this here, and like and then like, well, 3 matches, that was awesome.
Yep.
It's successful at that, and like I get to match gems and like level up dudes and like stuff like that, and that's what I like in those sort of games. Like I like that the balance of the RPG with the puzzle. It's not just like I'm going for a high score and just matching random things.
Right.
And I've played Puzzles and Dragons before.
Isn't that an iPhone game?
It's wildly successful, like mobile game, free to play, huge in Asia. But it's so free to play. It's unbelievable. It's like you turn on that game and it's just like, oh, daily event, blah, blah, do a coin drop, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, whoa, I just wanted to like match some gems, man.
Not allowed.
There's like, daily dungeons and energy. It's like, oh, you did a dungeon today already? All right, well, cool it. Why don't you spend $5 to tell someone on Facebook to join you, and then maybe I'll let you do it again, or just wait till tomorrow. And it's like, this is lame.
Yeah.
Intentional spikes of difficulty so that you have to buy better dues, stuff like, that's all the free to play bullshit is there. That's why at one point it was making like a ton of money worldwide. It still probably is. Like, it's still making like at one point it was making like more than $1 million a day.
Right.
So this game removes all of that, and it's like a standalone release. It only costs $30, and it's got both Super Mario Bros. Edition and Puzzles and Dragons Z, which is like an original release.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet, but it's like generally it seems like you're a kid who needs to save the world. It's like very like cliche, like JRPG kind of stuff, and it's like Pokemon plus Digimon plus JRPG plus like, oh, you have to save the world from random MacGuffin, and you have all these monsters to help you and your friends, and there's like probably a girl with pink hair or something. You know what I mean?
All
like,
that shit. Yeah.
That seems cool too. Like if I'm just like, man, I finished Super Mario Brothers Edition, and I really just want to match more jewels, I want to go play that one.
Yeah.
The only thing is, playing Super Mario Brothers Edition, that game's hard. The game is really hard.
How hard is it?
Like, I almost rage quit it.
Really?
I almost rage quit a puzzle game for children. I maybe it's not for children, but
It's kind of for children.
it's got Super Mario all over it, and it's on a 3D. Like,
Children are going to play this game.
yeah, definitely. I feel like children who play this game are going to like get to like they're not gonna be able to beat like the second world,
Mm-hmm.
and that seems like genuinely kind of a problem.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's like I don't want it to be like totally effortless,
Mm-hmm.
but it's gotten to the point like I'm in world I think 5,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like out of 8 because it's a Mario game.
Yeah.
There are 8 worlds,
Yeah.
and it's just gotten to the point where it's like if I'm not matching. If I don't match 3 things every turn,
Mm-hmm.
it's all over. Like, and the enemies will do so much damage. You have to be constantly matching heart orbs, but doing enough damage to keep up with them. I mean,
Yeah.
routinely, like, during one of the I can't remember if it was the stage World 3 or 4, like castle and air fortress and airship, which like at the end of the level, there were just thwomps that would take a couple turns to attack me, but they would like power up, and then they would just if I didn't kill them before the timer was up, they would just kill me like in one hit. And the thing is, your team determines a lot of how that works because each member of your team has a health rating, an attack rating, and a recovery rating.
Uh-huh.
And so your health, there's no defense or anything. You just increase your health. The more health you like add up all the health of all your dudes, and that's your total health.
Right.
You don't get attacked individually. It's just you get attacked, and your total health is all of them combined.
Mm-hmm.
And then the damage is separated by element. So, like my strongest guy is a Paragoomba. And he contributes a huge amount of grass attack to my team.
Uh-huh.
But that's like that attack. So like the HP is all put into a pool, but like the attack that he contributes is just grass attack. And if I match water orbs, then Paragoomba's like, sorry bro, can't help you.
That sucks.
So you have to have like a really well balanced team that's like constantly like up to like currently leveled up, and like I had to do like some grinding, which didn't feel like grinding because I was still playing the game.
But it was grinding.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
and I did some of the levels that don't have every color in it, so it was way more likely to cascade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like during the world, during the world before, like the there's a tower and a castle and an air fortress every level.
Yeah.
Those are always like the 6 orb, 5 elements, and then heart orb levels. But before that, you'll get a lot of levels that are just like only 3 or 4 colors.
Mm-hmm.
And those ones are usually pretty fun and easy because things just cascade out of control. Because you'll just like match them, and then just the probability that the new orbs that drop in are just like 3 of the same orb next to each other are exponentially higher when you're dealing with less colors.
Yeah.
So that's super fun and easy, but then you just get to like the castle, and if you don't specifically plan out like a 3 combo every turn, which gives you, once you get 3, like you get a little bit of an extra multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do that every turn, it's just, you're so done. It's
That sounds really frustrating, and it sounds like, I don't know, that just sounds not very fun. Where you have to try very hard to have like a perfect victory, like every time, or else you suck.
yeah, that's sort of what, it's one of my biggest pet peeves in games.
Yeah, totally.
Is like games with unreasonable difficulty curves, and that makes me feel like I just like some games. We talk about Dark Souls a lot,
Yes.
But like Dark Souls is a game that they really are just like, you died, but you got this, bro. Like, you can do it.
Yeah, totally.
It's like you know, it's like even no matter how many times you die in a row in a Dark Souls game, you're just like, yeah, but that wasn't like super cheap or unreasonable.
No, if you die in Dark Souls, it's always because you fucked up, and it's always because it's usually not cheap bullshit.
I mean, at least that's how I see it.
Me too.
I always am just like, all right, I messed up there. I'm going to go at it again. This is very much possible. I've never had to like grind in a Dark Souls game. I just said like, oh, maybe that's not true, but
I mean,
the thing about puzzle.
Sometimes you are like not strong enough, and you have to like go grind souls or whatever. But you know,
I think usually I don't have that problem because I think the pacing in those games is really good. But
yeah.
Puzzles in Dragon Z, it's like, oh, I'm fighting Wendy Koopa, and she is literally like attacking every turn because enemies have like countdown timers. And when it reaches 0, they'll attack.
Right.
Wendy Koopa is just every single turn she's attacking, and she's either blinding me or just attacking or using. Like sometimes enemies just use abilities that do more damage. Like they'll either just attack for like a bunch of damage, or they'll use a move called Frenzied Blows.
Right.
That is like just a stronger attack, and like sometimes she'll just Wendy Koopa was like. That's where I almost rage quit. She was just hitting me so hard every single turn. She's taking out like half my life every turn. And if I didn't have any heart orbs to match, I was done. And you can get like 1-ups, and you can when you die, you can just like restart in the like right there, like in the middle of it, in the middle of the fight with it, or like current standings and everything.
Yeah.
I used like 4 or 5 1-ups, and that was like all my 1-ups. I used like I had 0 1-ups by the time I beat her. And if I hadn't, like, if I'd used all my 1-ups and lost to her, I would have probably thrown that game directly in the trash. Like, I would have never been able to look that game in the eyes again.
But you're still playing it.
I kind of stopped, not for good, but
Just enough.
well.
You stopped just enough to probably go back.
So in all honesty, the other day I just like on Monday was Memorial Day, so I had a bunch of beers, and I just didn't really feel like playing Puzzles and Dragon Z plus Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition.
That's fine.
Like I was just like, I'm just gonna not play that right now, and I haven't really picked it up since because it right now it just feels kind of abusive to me.
Yeah.
I really like. I don't know quite what to make of this game. I want to love it so much. I want to just play it endlessly, but
maybe you can't.
No, because it's really fucking hard, and it's really frustrating. Because like I said, the whole level leading up to the last area is almost effortless, and then you get to like the boss at the end, or not even the boss, just the air, just like the airship, and then the boss, and they just beat the crap. I honestly can't imagine like a child playing this game. Like, I want to know how many children, like under the age of 12, let's say, can beat Wendy Koopa.
I bet you it's a surprising amount, and it's only because you're a stupid grown up that you can't handle it, because you're probably reading too much into it.
Maybe, but she seriously like beat the ever-loving crap out of me.
Oh, I don't deny it.
I really think that this game would greatly benefit from different difficulty settings, because I bet there are people who are really good at these sort of games, or even specifically really good at Puzzles and Dragons, and they probably don't think this game is hard enough.
Yeah, probably.
And there's people like me who, and I generally like. I'm not even like. I'm not saying like I'm good at these kind of games, because this is different from what I'm used to. I'm used to just like the standard switching to gems match 3 style,
right?
But I'm like reasonably good at these kind of games. So
I was going to say it's
bad
like
at these,
favorite genre.
It's really different. It like totally reverses my thinking when I have to like move things around like the way they have you.
Uh-huh.
Like, to make combos, you have to move the piece you have through the piece you want to swap.
Sure.
It takes some getting used to, but like I feel like I'm good enough at these sort of games, and I've gotten used to it enough that I shouldn't be having this kind of problem.
Uh-huh.
And I really wonder what people who are bad at it or have never really played games like this, what sort of experience they're having. If they're just totally, like, they can't even get past the second world or, what have you.
Well, if I ever get that game for free, I'll let you know.
They should... I wish they had different difficulties in this game, and I genuinely believe that they should release, like, a difficulty patch.
Yeah.
Because that stuff happens. Like, they do that for games. They release difficulty patches, and this one would benefit a lot from it, because right now, its difficulty is extremely inhibiting. It's fun, and if it's not fun,
fuck
then
that.
it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, totally.
So I haven't given up on it.
But you might.
No, I'm not. Probably never gonna. No. I'm probably never going to say like I give up on this, but subconsciously and like practically,
it'll just happen.
It might just happen. I think if anything, before I gave up on it, I would go and play the Z game.
You should. I don't know.
And see if that's any different.
I would have started with that one.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, that's interesting.
Because I'm kind of just like, well, let me just see what the regular ass Puzzle and Dragons is all about before I get in bed with the Mario shit.
Well, I don't think it's really. This is. I think Z is a departure from Puzzle and Dragons as well.
See, I don't know.
Because it's got like a world map, and normally it's just like the game, the iOS game is literally just like you're yourself. You're like a faceless summoner, and you just get monsters and click on Wood Dungeon 1 and then do it.
Right.
So it's still a departure. I think maybe like the skill system might be a little bit more like the original game, but ultimately, I don't know. I just said like cool puzzle, like Super Mario Bros. Edition is the one that they've been. This is the newer one, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Because I think Puzzle and Dragon Z came out a while ago in Japan.
I think that's true.
And then like more recently, Mario Bros. Edition came out, and they for America decided to just package it up together and sell it here for the first time.
Yeah.
I think. So I wanted to jump into the new one, but it seems like they are kind of fucking up. And I just like did a quick Google search for like Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario difficulty, and it's just like reviews. Just review, and it's like, no.
I don't want this.
I'm going to go to Game FAQ's message boards and see what people are talking about.
I don't want this.
Man, I want to love that game. I want to play that game endlessly and have so much fun and just like... There's like literally, I just want to like match the gems and then just like giggle uncontrollably and like bounce up and down like and then it won't let me do that though. It like does not want to let me do that, and it's like no, I'm a serious game. I'm really hard.
I'm the Dark Souls of match 3s.
It's like it is shaping up to be that way, except it's way less fair.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
It's gonna be okay, man.
I hope so.
You're gonna find your dreams to come true.
I thought I did find my dreams.
Yeah, it's okay.
Tell me about other video games, Ryan.
Ooh. Okay. Do you want to hear about a PC game or a PlayStation 3
I don't
game?
care.
You don't care? You always care.
I'm going to hear about both of them eventually. I don't care.
You care.
I'm really upset right now. Just tell me.
All right. I guess I'm going to...
Tell you about the PS3 game.
All right. See? You do care. Deep down inside.
No, I don't care.
You care.
No.
I play a little PSN gem called...
I thought it was the name of the game. I was like, what? I never heard of that.
No, it's not, but it should be because it's wonderful. It's called Tokyo Jungle. Do you know this game?
Yeah, of course I know that game. That game's terrible.
No, that game's great. What are you talking about?
That game personifies everything is terrible and nobody wins.
What? Get out of town.
How long have you played it for?
Probably close to 8 hours at this point.
And you really just don't feel like you're literally doing the same task over and over, and it feels... Well, are you playing as herbivores or carnivores?
I've played a little of both.
Right, so... But you genuinely don't feel like you've just been doing the same thing over and over and over, and you're just miserable, and it feels like a job?
No.
That'll set in eventually.
Maybe. Until then, I'm going to have fun with it. Because that game feels so cool. And you feel good. Okay, so Tokyo Jungle.
Have you never played this game before this week?
I've never played this game before, like, 2 days ago.
I bought it for like $1 on PSN like a year ago.
I didn't.
They had a sale. It was like everything's $1.
I didn't do that. I paid $14 for this game.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Tokyo Jungle is kind of like a survival arcade kind of game where you play as an animal, and you have to like survive post-apocalyptic Tokyo where all the humans are dead and all the animals are just loose doing stuff. You have to like hunt and make territories, and then find mates, and then make babies, and then try to survive as long as you can. And all the while, there's like challenges to complete, and there's like events that happen. Like you'll be like, Shibuya Shop District is invaded by cats. And then you have to go like murder 1,000 cats and mark your territory. It's fun. I have fun. Let me have fun, Nick.
I will not.
Why?
Because everything is terrible. I need you to recognize that game feels like a chores.
No, I've played chores. It's called the World of Warcraft.
Because you literally spawn in the same area every single game. And it's just like, well, time to do this again with a different skin on my dog.
Yeah, but then you like go to a new place because the challenges change. And like... it tells you, hey, go do this thing. And I'm like, okay, I'll go do that. And all the while, you're like trying not to fucking die. It's fun. It's fun. And when you like hunt stuff and like the little red fang icon lights up and you're like mashing R1 like a crazy person, and then you just like rip fucking golden retriever necks out when you're a little Pomeranian. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good.
Yeah, that aspect of it is pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Keep playing that game. I dare you.
I'm gonna. Don't fuck with me. I'm gonna play it.
I have no love for a game that requires that much. You gotta put... it just never felt that fun to me, and you have to put so much time into it.
Yeah, that's okay.
To get any sort of reward.
That game is one of the funnest I have an hour games that I've played in a long time.
You can finish one like animal sesh in an hour?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I rush it and I'm like, well, I gotta go, so something murder me, and then I go find a tiger. You can't fuck with a tiger.
It's true.
Yeah. I want to go unlock the bear, but I probably have to play a lot of that game first. Because I think you like unlock an animal, and then like once you have that animal unlocked, you have to go play as that animal, and that unlocks another animal, and it's a vicious cycle of animal unlocking.
Oh, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that vicious cycle. That's why they're just like, dude, if you play as like 100 different dogs and do the same goddamn thing over and over, eventually you can play as a raptor.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that sounds
can I
great.
just play as the raptor now?
No.
Or this game is too painfully Japanese for its own good.
That's fine. I don't know. I like it. All right. Is that fine with you, Nick? Is that okay?
I guess
We can
but
like
I'm also,
different things.
I understand that better than anyone, but I also I'm convinced that you don't actually like this game.
I don't think you know what I like.
I thought I did.
Maybe you don't. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah,
Don't sound so sad.
everything is terrible, Ryan.
We're gonna take a break, and it's gonna start right now.
Hello, Mr. Travel Agent Man.
Why, yes.
One vacation, please.
One vacation. Where would you like to go?
I'm not picky.
You're not picky. What
No.
about the sandy shores of Ireland? There's lots of beaches. Because
Is
the
that true?
island. It's part of an island.
How's the weather in Ireland?
Pretty shite, as the
Pretty short.
as the Irish like to say.
That doesn't sound very fun. I'm not gonna lie. You got anything better?
What about
Maybe something a little bit warmer. How about that?
okay, warmer. So we got Sahara Desert
Anything.
free for all. We just throw you in the desert and you hope for the best.
Out of curiosity, how much does that one cost?
$300,000.
I think I'm gonna pass on that one. It's a little bit steep for my taste.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. Okay, I got something for you. Do you like crystal clear blue waters? Palm trees?
I theoretically, yeah, I do.
Bikini clad ladies that only look good? Only look good.
They only look good.
Only look good.
Yeah, that sounds
Not
great.
but good. Just good.
That sounds pretty good.
Well, you can take a nice trip to the Caribbean islands through beaches, ultimate resorts for families and everyone.
What does that mean?
That's just the tagline. I didn't write it, but
Right.
beaches, resorts. There's sand, and it's all inclusive. There's restaurants and there's nights, lifes, top shelf drinks, wedding moons.
What is that? That's the most vague statement I've ever heard.
Wedding moons.
What does that even mean?
I think it's a honeymoon and a wedding in the same place.
Oh, that's kind of brilliant. But I'm already
Scuba
married. I'm not
diving,
I don't need
golf and land sports, airport transfers.
to- Oh, that's. I guess that kind of just makes logical sense. I don't
There's
know how else I'd
like
get there.
12
Live there.
awards. 12 awards.
From where?
You name it. World's Best Awards is one of them. 2014. Island's Best. FC USA 6-star Diamond Award. Go to beaches.
Who's giving out these awards?
Those are the names of them. Anyway, beaches, Caribbean resort in Turks and Caicos. You can go to it. It's very cheap.
Very cheap.
It's pretty cheap. It's a
That seems like
it's a little expensive.
okay, good. I was gonna say very cheap. Inclusive resort seems like a little bit of a red flag.
It's pretty reasonably priced.
And top shelf drinks.
There's a Beaches Visa signature card.
Top shelf drinks.
Top shelf drinks.
Whatever that means.
Show up now.
Beaches.
I'll book you for 18 people for a flight of 12.
And we're back. Ryan, do you want? I guess I have another game. I don't really have another game to talk about. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't?
I kind of do.
You
I
kind
talked
of
about Destiny last week. I said talking about it again this week, but
But you're not gonna, are you?
I probably will right now. Listen, here it goes.
Okay.
So I'm level 33.5 in Destiny.
What is the cap?
34.
Oh, shit.
So next week, if the guy who sells particular pieces of gear is selling boots, then I can be level 34.
Okay.
Which would be kind of cool.
I guess, yeah.
So that new, the Prison of Elders, which is their, horde, not their horde mode, but it's like a wave-based thing, and I talked about that last week.
Uh-huh.
And I talked about the level 32 version that was really, really hard.
Yes.
My friends and I were able to conquer that.
Good.
We did it twice. They kind of, every week is a little bit different, so we didn't have to fight the same bullshit boss. The boss who we fought this week, we actually were able to get down on the first try.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just took a little bit, but he wasn't really that terrible. And I don't know. I guess I was just like really concerned I was never gonna be able to beat him, beat that one boss last week.
But you did.
I did.
Yeah,
we did it.
So that's good.
We were very happy to have done it, especially considering I was experiencing some major networking issues. As I said last week, I got disconnected during it.
Yeah.
That happened again.
Ooh.
And so I spent several hours trying to figure out what was the problem.
Uh-huh.
And it basically determined... I finally caused the problem.
Okay.
And the cause of the problem was Comcast as an internet provider.
Ooh.
The funny thing is, you would assume that Comcast helped me come to this conclusion.
No.
You'd be wrong. A nice man from Microsoft named Cody helped me come to this conclusion.
Oh, really?
Yes. Cody is great. He's my hero.
So what do you do?
He took control of my computer and fixed my shit.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You let another man touch your computer externally?
Yes.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
He promised not to do anything weird.
Okay.
He actually didn't say that. He did not say that, but also he acknowledged
He implied
how many tabs I had open, and he was like, I was going to open a new window. Is that cool? I was like, yeah, it's probably for the best, Cody.
I've also told you about your tab problem.
It's been better lately, but it is kind of a problem right now, because whenever I'm in WoW mode, I always have a lot of WoW tabs open.
Yeah, sure. I can see that.
A lot of WoW head things, just about like followers I have to go and find and stuff like that. So what happened was I said, hey, move to this apartment. I was like, hey, Comcast, I need internet. And they said, all right, well, we're going to send you this thing.
Uh-huh.
And this thing they call it a gateway. And it is a modem and a router at the same time. And I said, hey, I don't want this shit. I just bought a bunch of money on... I just bought a bunch of money.
That'd be nice.
I spent a bunch of money on like a pretty good router, an A enabled or whatever it's called, like
AC.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I don't want your garbage. I just want a regular ass modem. But apparently Comcast doesn't do modems anymore. It's like, okay, well, I was like, just put it into modem mode because I don't want the wireless functionality enabled.
Yep.
At all. And so I went forth, like, my NAT type on my Xbox One was limited because of some sort of firewall that was enabled.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to fix this. So I looked up a bunch of guides. I looked up all the ports to forward, and I forwarded all the ports. Little did I know that actually my router, I have an Asus RC something or other.
Sure.
Little did I know they have this universal plug-and-play feature that basically knows all the ports to open for all of the things automatically and just opens them as necessary.
Can't imagine that works well, but okay.
It actually does. So, I like spent a bunch of time forwarding all the ports and setting like a static IP address for my my Xbox One so it wouldn't move, and it would always have the ports open for that IP address.
Yeah,
and it's still like nothing worked. So I was like, Cody, man, what's going on here? And he's like, okay, well, I eventually concluded that like. I talked to Comcast, and they were like, okay, well, the IP address on your Xbox One is wrong. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. You sound like an idiot right now.
Yeah.
It was in like a weird format, and that's because it was connected through two... So long story short, this dumbass gateway thing had a firewall on it.
Great.
Because it still thought it was a router.
Awesome.
So, Cody had seen this problem before. He established a demilitarized zone on it that just basically opens up all of the ports.
Mm-hmm.
and then it worked great. I actually wound up setting my Xbox One through my regular router as a demilitarized zone, just to remove any sort of pass-through problems, firewall issues.
Yeah.
I just could not even believe that was the problem.
Me either, really.
I'm really, I really don't want to have Comcast as my provider anymore.
Are you forced to?
I don't think I have a choice presently.
Yeah.
I think Verizon is working on updating its lines in the area or something like that, and then this apartment complex will have the ability to have them again soon.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they do, I am jumping ship.
Yeah.
Comcast is really frustrating me, and I called them. Also, apparently Cody told me that the particular model of gateway I have has some known issues with Xbox Live. They just don't gel very well.
Sweet.
And so I called Comcast and I was like, hey, I need a modem. I just want a regular modem. I do not want a gateway. You send me a gateway, I'll beat the fuck out of you. And he's like, well, I can request, I'll charge you $10 and then send you a gateway. I'll send you something. But I can't pick it's going to be a gateway or a gateway or a modem. I was just like, do you understand what you sound like right now? It's like you work for Comcast. You send modems out.
Yeah.
I don't care who you have to talk to. You have to make sure you're going to send me a modem, especially if I'm going to give you $10 to do it.
Right. Absolutely.
That makes sense, right?
Yes. Totally.
I couldn't believe that he was saying that. He's like, well, I can't really do anything about it. And I was like, well, you better find somebody to talk to who can. You got a million different lines. It's the other thing. I kept getting transferred around so much when I called Comcast.
Oh, I hate that.
I went to their website and I chatted with an agent. And I was like, hey, I talked to Microsoft first, and they said open these ports, and then they said and then just because of this weird thing or whatever, you should talk to your ISP and make sure that those network channels are open properly. Mm-hmm. And so I go to Comcast support and I'm like, hey, the lady from Microsoft told me to come here and do this. And then they're like, oh, I can't help you with that, but we do have this line that's specifically for helping with Xboxes. And I was like, that's cool, I guess. That seems very convenient for what I need right now. And I was like, all right, when we call this line, and she's just like, oh, we can't help with that. This line is all about the Xbox One Comcast Xfinity app.
The fuck?
The app that you download onto your Xbox One that lets you, access Xfinity content?
Oh,
I was like, can you transfer me to someone who can fucking help, please? And then they transferred me to, the wireless department. And then that guy, kind of got the problem, but he was like, dude, your IP address is wrong. And I already told that part of the story.
Right.
Fucking frustrating.
Yeah, no shit.
But for the most part, it works now. Destiny is sometimes just kind of weird because I think the Destiny servers are just kind of borked.
I mean, probably. I bet you a lot of people playing that game right now.
Possibly one of the people I play with is having a NAT issue that sometimes disconnects one or both of us. They just don't gel well together. It'll be I'll play Destiny fine by myself or with random people, and then I'll join a party with them and go to the tower.
Right.
And it'll be contacting Destiny servers. It's something that the NAT is just kind of getting some wires crossed, and they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not playing well together. So it seems okay for now. I haven't really had any problems with it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think it seems to be doing better, but Comcast sucks. I hate them.
All right. That'll do it for the Comcast cast.
Hey. Yeah, but Destiny, the new content is pretty good. It's really a good challenge, and it feels good to accomplish it.
Yeah,
when you're because the higher level stuff, the level 34, the 32, 34, and 35 stuff, which is the hardest player versus enemy content.
Right.
That all has to be accomplished with people that you know. But also, apparently, they've coded it to count as a raid. Mm-hmm. So, I beat the 32 version, and it was when I logged in next time, it was congratulations, you get this achievement for clearing a raid And I was like, sweet, dude. I don't remember doing that, but I guess that counts because they don't actually have raids. Like, there's no new raid right now.
Right.
So they just said, like, yeah, whatever, this thing's a raid.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just, and then people can get that achievement, or I don't know what their exact logic was, but I think that's kind of all right. Right now that I'm dealing with, like, I'm just like equipping the armor that gets me the highest light, which gives me the highest level, but it does not necessarily have the stats that I want. So I don't know if you've gotten far enough in Destiny to see that, like, the stats are basically just things that reduce your different cooldowns.
Right.
And the only, like, this armor I have, these 2 armor pieces I have are just pure strength, which means that all it does is reduce my melee cooldown, which is objectively my least useful of my abilities as a warlock. So that's a little bit frustrating right now, but once I can start earning this resource called Etheric Light and sending my gear to the maximum level, I can literally equip any piece of armor I want and just ascend it, and it'll be as good as the crap I have on now.
Right.
So I'll be able to customize my loadout a little bit better. Right now I just have to, like, live with the fact that the only useful ability I have right now is my melee ability. Whatever. Whatever. But I still like that game.
That's fine, I guess.
I got a lot of cool shit and just stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, I still have to play through, like, the expansion stuff on my alts, and if I choose to do that. But my interest in playing it by myself is waning a little bit right now. So
Not surprised.
Well, there's not really that much for me to do. Like, I'm not going to get to level 30. Like, the big thing I want to do is get to level 34.
Right.
I can't do that until next week, and I can't do that by myself. And then possibly next week, I can't even, that won't even do anything for me. The guys who be selling boots, or I won't be able to get to max level.
Yeah.
So it's sort of things I'm just like, all right, well, you're fun. I'm just going to put you over here and worry about you later and play some fun games in the meantime.
Yeah.
Like, I just last night I picked up SteamWorld Dig, which we will talk about a little bit later.
Okay.
You ever heard of that game?
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
You don't like to hear about games.
I don't know about anything, really.
You know what? Also, I played. I did not play Splatoon
Oh, that's fine.
because it was Saturday and it was like 5:30, and I looked up and I was like, or no, it was 6:30, and I was like, crap! The final global test fire is happening right now, and I didn't even download that crap yet.
Ooh,
So I
it's all
immediately start downloading it, and then it's like quickly dawns on me that's gonna take way more than 30 minutes to download this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't play Splatoon, and I'm not really that broken up about it. You know what I don't like about Splatoon?
I don't know, because you haven't played it yet.
I think the main theme of that game is really fucking annoying.
Never heard it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bet you have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you probably have. They probably played it during some Nintendo event or something, and you just didn't realize it.
Maybe.
Also, you turn on the Nintendo eShop, like last week, they were playing it. Not that you would have done that.
No, didn't do that.
I'm gonna play it for you.
Oh, you are? We're just gonna do that now.
What did we done this shit? What are you talking about? People think I'm trash. This is a great ad. This is almost as good as our ads.
No, we have such good ads.
Is this it? No, wait. This sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not bad at all.
No, this is one. No, what the fuck? Where's the stupid version? There's like... Yeah, this one.
I don't hate it.
It's just that noise that like.
I think that's just like an Animal Crossing sample.
No, I don't. I think it's supposed to be a squid singing. Like I don't even know what they're going for here. I think like that first version we listened to, like the song is inherently not bad.
Yeah.
But that like that noise, just annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I started reading a really super interesting article from one of the senior editors at GameInformer.com.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can actually find the title of it right here. It's called Splatoon Makes Me Feel Gross.
Ooh, okay.
And it's super great. It's just about... I kind of relate to him. It's just like... it's just like weird and like just like bleh, everywhere. Just like... It's weird. It's this really weird 90s Nickelodeon vibe that I don't necessarily like care for anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an interesting concept, and bless Nintendo for making a new IP, but
yeah,
whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play it. Not. Yeah.
I'd play it. Like I would definitely play it for free. I want to see what it's about, but I'm not. You're not going to get me to pay money for it.
Yeah, totally.
All right, tell me about that PC game you played, real quick.
I played more Witcher 3.
Okay, the game's still good.
No.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I grow increasingly frustrated by it, because I got out of that tutorial area, and then like the once I got somewhat of like a control over the main character again, it was like, here are all the side quests you failed, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And it's just like,
really?
Yeah, I guess they were time sensitive or story sensitive or something. And so now I like can't go back, even though you can go back to that starting area, you can't do any of the quests in it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was still only a thing for that starting area.
Yeah, maybe, but like,
because it's so separate. I know you said you can go back, but it's very much separate. And it's like its own standalone like prologue chapter, from my understanding of it.
It is, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if most of that stuff in the rest of the game. I haven't heard of that problem happening.
Yeah, but I mean the shitty part is that now I'm like horrifically underleveled, and there's not much I can do about it.
It doesn't. Oh, that's kind of lame.
I guess I got out because they send you to an area, and then all of the enemies I've encountered so far are like between level 5 and 6, and I'm level 3, and that's no good. Yeah.
You said you're level 6?
No, all the things I'm encountering are level 5 and 6, and I'm like level 3, and that's a big difference. In The Witcher, it seems. Yeah, I don't know, and it's not really like pointing me in a direction of things that are level appropriate. And so I'm like along the same road to this town. There's like a level 9 quest, and I'm like, why the fuck is this even here? It's immediately adjacent to like the road on the way to the thing you're supposed to do.
And your level like makes a big difference in that game, I'm assuming?
It seems that way, yeah. So like I'm level 3 and like a half. And it seems like I can't really beat anything. I can beat like a level 5 thing pretty okay, but it's a lot of times there's like groups of enemies, and once there are more than a couple, it's
Can you upgrade your like armor or something?
Not without getting money, which I can't get without doing quests, which I can't do because I'm too low of a level. Yeah, so
that's weird. I didn't. That's weird.
I
did not see that one coming.
I may be the only one with this problem, but it's yeah. And I've put like 7 hours into the game, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this over again, so I probably am just gonna stop playing it. I don't know. And besides all of that, I'm not finding the combat particularly enjoyable.
Oh, I thought you said that was really good last time we spoke.
Yeah, I don't know. I was dumb. And on cold medicine. Any video game was good video game. Because I didn't play a video game for like 2 weeks. I don't know, it just doesn't... It's not doing it for me. It's not working out. Me and The Witcher 3 are having a spat.
If I said... so I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I figured not.
I somehow knew this was going to happen.
Uh-oh.
That you were going to have some sort of problem with that game.
Yeah. But I feel like my main complaints are the fact that there's no level appropriate content for me anymore, and that's frustrating.
Yeah, that seems like a major oversight. Like I said, I haven't heard people having that problem.
Yeah.
It seems like a mistake of some kind.
I feel like I fucked up, and now the game is punishing me for it, and there's pretty much nothing I can do. It seems. Unless there's areas that are, like, lower level, but they just don't tell you where they are without you just, like, aimlessly exploring the map.
I actually have heard that there's a fair amount of exploring to be done in that game.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of quests can only be gotten... Like, there's job boards and stuff, but there's also quests that you can be stumbled upon.
Yes, there's both of those.
And they really just told you, like, straight up, it's like, look at all these missions you missed and you could never get again.
It seemed that way. There was at least, like, 3 or 4 of them. I might have been on them, and I just don't know. My other complaint comes in the form of sometimes things on your quest log aren't really vocalized to you. And so, like, you don't really know that you're on a quest half the time unless you, like, look deep into your quest log and then be like, oh... what's that thing that I don't even remember picking up? And it's like, you got this here. And I'm like, okay, thanks for telling me that.
It doesn't really seem like a problem, per se.
It seems like a problem to me. If I'm on a quest, I want to know I'm on the quest. I want to know exactly what the quest rewards me so I can decide if it's worth doing.
I think you might be playing this game wrong.
Apparently. I don't know.
It's an open world game, which a lot of people, I know personally, I've used a lot of those games as just being like quest to quest and like, oh, I have to travel to get to my next quest. Like Shadow of Mordor, that had like a kind of a rich open world, like a very dynamic open world.
Yeah.
But I basically just said like, hey, there's a thing over there I want to get. I'm going to travel to the fast travel point closest to it and then just run to it and do it.
Yeah, you can...
I just, like, pick an objective.
You can do that.
I want to do that. But, so, like, I think The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is meant to be, like, here's an open world game, kind of go at it and, like, explore, and stuff will pop up for you, or, like, things will just kind of happen. I don't think you should really be focusing on... This isn't, like, the World of Warcraft. You don't have to, like, pick a mission and then do it, and then... be like, hey, I got gear and armor and level. And
yeah, I mean, it could be very well be that I just don't understand how to play this game, and it's not doing a very good job of being like, it's okay if you don't do the thing that the quest is for immediately. And maybe that's the case, but I don't know. It's not doing it for me, and I don't know. It's not doing it for me. I'm not happy.
Play Dragon Age.
Maybe. But I also heard the combat in that game was not very fun. So...
it's more fun than WoW.
Not even. I have way more fun playing my monk than I do...
Playing the keyboard.
Than I do playing The Witcher 3.
Even though when you play your monk, all you do is you just go, well, we gotta hit 1, and then I gotta hit 1, and then I gotta hit 3, and then I gotta hit 2, and then you just know that that's what you do every time, and you just do that over and over, and then wait for like a thing to proc, and it's like, time to hit 4!
Yeah, but that's fun.
Is it?
Yes. It's fun. Don't tell me that. It's fun.
It's alright.
You just don't play.
Like, I would entertain argument. I don't know. I don't. nor do I care to. I would entertain
Best
an
class.
argument for... Shut up.
Best class.
There's no best class.
Best class.
I would entertain an argument for someone being like, the gameplay of WoW is not fun, inherently. I could see an argument being made for that.
Yeah, I mean, probably, but I'm not going to listen to it.
Classic Ryan. I'm not even going to say anything about why what you just said is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Do we have news?
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. We're running a little long here.
No, we're
A
not.
little bit.
We had at least 15 more minutes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
We started the recording like 15 minutes early, remember?
No.
Because we start... And then you were like, we've been on Skype for 15 minutes. We didn't even start the podcast yet. Meh.
Don't tell me what I sound like in real life. Don't do that.
Actually, you said it was 20 minutes first, but then we decided you were dumb.
Don't tell them what I sound like in real life.
Yeah, exactly. You stop podcasting, you're just like... It was tough podcast.
Rebel.
Hey, did you go to humblebundle.com yesterday?
I don't go to Humble Bumble ever. So
You can go to humblebuckbumble.com.
I don't ever go there.
Why not?
I just don't.
Wow, you're stupid.
I don't have time for that.
What? Don't have time for what?
I just don't have.
Really good games cheap?
I don't have time for that.
Why not?
Just don't.
It's the number one thing you should clear your schedule for.
I don't think I've ever been to humblebundle.com.
Are you serious?
I don't think so.
What do you do with your time?
Nobody's sure.
Well, humblebundle.com, people who don't know,
Ryan apparently doesn't know.
They talk to game developers and they create bundles of games that you can pay what you want for.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started several years ago with the Humble Indie Bundle. I remember when that shit happened. It was the craziest shit ever. I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh, look at all these games I can get for cheap.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of money on bundles. I own a lot of PC games.
Good.
And since then, there have been lots of like other bundles, including ones from like THQ and EA and like some big names, some independent names, some specifically for Android. And the newest one, I think it came out yesterday morning, and it is the Humble Nindy Bundle, sponsored by the Nintendo eShop.
Uh-oh.
And it is the first Humble Bundle to have specifically console games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't even realize that. Like, they'd never have offered keys for console games before. And all these games are for Wii U and Nintendo 3DS.
But are they Nintendo games, or are they just, like, indie games on
They
Nintendo?
are not Nintendo games.
Oh, that's less interesting.
It's a little bit less interesting, but the fact that Nintendo was the first one to offer keys through this service, like console keys, considering, like I said, they've never had a console version of this before. They've never done console games. That's kind of crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked about it. I was so shocked I wrote an article about it.
I saw that.
And so the games that you can get on the Humble Nindy Bundle are Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition for Wii U, Whoa Dave for Nintendo 3DS, and Mighty Switch Force for Nintendo 3DS. All those games have exclamation points at the end of their titles.
All of them?
All of them. All those three. And then if you beat the average, you get 3 more games.
Uh-huh.
The Fall for Wii U, which I heard is really good. It's like a 2D adventure game.
Sure.
Ollie Ollie, which is that 2D skateboarding game that, like, the sequel was out on PlayStation Plus, so whatever. And then Moon Chronicles, which is a first-person shooter for the Nintendo 3DS. Well, it's a Moon Chronicles Episode 1, and if you want to play more than that, you have to buy the next 3 episodes. So that's kind of lame.
That's super lame. Yeah.
And if you pay $10, you get Stealth Inc. 2, A Game of Clones, which I played the first game, and that game seemed alright. It's like a level-based 2D stealth game. and then SteamWorld Dig for Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. Which I played the Steam version of SteamWorld Dig. And I thought that game wasn't very good.
So why'd you get it again?
Because I decided I wasn't. I thought about it, and I decided I wasn't maybe not giving it a fair shake, and I wanted to give it another chance.
Okay.
I just found it to be a little bit repetitive. It's like a Metroidvania sort of game. Where you're a robot that digs through dirt. But like, there's certain elements of like you can only carry so much ore, and you have to take it back to the surface, and you eventually like run out of light in your lantern, and you have to return to the surface or find power-ups or drops to get it back. It seems like I don't like it. It's a very delicate balance of like annoying and interesting, of like the whole going back to the surface thing.
Yeah.
Eventually they add like teleports and stuff to take you back up to the top. So I want to play it for like another hour or so at least, and see if there's really something to it. It seems all right, and I think I want to say that they're working on another game. The developers called like SteamWorld Heist or something like that. It's coming to early access soon. I don't actually know if it's the same sort of gameplay. But it is the same name.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Fuck.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, let's see some other news.
Okay, more news. There we go.
Now we got the hashtag Nintendo News Minute.
The newsmakers?
Nintendo, they're the newsmakers. Out of the way. There's a Bloodborne patch that just came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about...
did you beat that game yet?
No. No.
You should go beat that game. Because now... they've buffed the Kirk Hammer.
Really?
Uses less stamina per swing. And they also made that like gun spear thing do more damage. They buffed all of the arcane items. Okay. Like the one I remember, the one I really used all the time was one that like maybe do extra damage per swing. I spent like 3 bullets, and then for like 90 seconds every hit I did more damage. Yeah. So it was like slightly effective, but ultimately like harder bosses, it was like a baseline thing. So like the farther I got in the game, the less effective it was. So having a buff for that seems pretty cool. They have made it so that the insight fountain is available sooner. You don't need 10 insight to access it.
Oh, that's nice.
You can get it right away. Yeah. Pretty much. You just need 1, I think. They removed the level restriction for multiplayer. So if you have a password with someone, you can just play with them.
That's good.
That's awesome. Yeah. They made it so that the bloodstones that you use to upgrade your weapons are available for purchase with insight. So they're not so rare. Like I found, like when you play through the game, it's really only possible to get like 1 or maybe 2 weapons up to +9. Yeah, without chalice dungeons.
Yeah, it's hard.
So now that they added this method to alleviate some of that, and you get a chance of getting some more weapons up there. And they also increased the storage amount for blood vials and quicksilver bullets to 600 instead of 99.
Whoa!
Which is huge, because I actually, at certain points in that game, I would actually run out of storage space for them.
Yeah, me too.
There's certainly like long stretches that were just like every enemy I killed just dropped like 3 of them, and I was like, damn, I can't hold all these blood vials. Yeah. So that's really cool.
It's very cool.
Between that and the loading time fix, if I hadn't already beaten that game, or came very close to beating that game, jump back in. At a certain point, I will want to play that game again to beat some of the chalice dungeons. Yeah.
Those are cool.
But right now, the chalice dungeons are just kind of boring to me because I'm over-leveled for them.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Because I never really did them until I did the whole game first. But I'm sure that'll balance out real quick. At the very least, I'm pretty sure soon I'll be seeing enemies that I might still have an advantage over, but can still easily kill me because it's Bloodborne.
Right.
Let's see what else happened this week in video games. So, the Elder Scrolls Online.
I've heard of it. Yep.
So they're coming to consoles next month, I want to say, like the middle of next month.
Mm-hmm.
And they've announced a pre-order bonus. If you pre-order the game, they are just going to... They claim this is a method to make it easier for you to play with your friends, which admittedly is true. But what they're going to do is just remove the restriction on factions. So the game is divided, like they divide the 9 races into 3 factions.
Right.
If you pre-order the game, you can make a character any race in any faction.
They did
so that you can play with your friends.
They did that for the PC version as well.
What did you have to do to get that ability?
Pre-order.
Oh, really? Like when the game was first coming out?
Yep.
That's horseshit.
It's fucking garbage. Yeah.
That's such trash. Like, that's just... So like, let's say... You know, obviously, like the World of Warcraft is this faction thing,
right?
Because as far as I'm concerned, they were kind of the first big game to do this faction thing. Yeah, and everyone who's come since are imitators. But ultimately, like, your faction doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't.
Except I have noticed I play both factions right now, like almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm switching between them. I run into shittier people while playing Alliance.
Okay.
Which is probably a coincidence.
Yeah, because I feel like I run into shitty people whenever I played the Horde, so...
Yeah, well, you haven't done that in like 1,000 years, so that doesn't fucking count. You also don't have a max level Horde character, so...
I have a level 90 Horde character.
That barely counts.
Barely counts.
Just like run into people who are just like really big shitheads in dungeons, and then also like I like one LFR was in this week.
Mm-hmm.
There was some guy who appointed himself the LFR police, and he needed to call everyone out for like not having good gear or being bad or just like, dude, it's LFR.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up. I digress. So, but ultimately, yes, like I was saying, it doesn't matter which one you pick. You have all the classes available to you. You look slightly different, but you get like a racial ability that doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, never you've been like, man, I want to play Alliance because I like Alliance, but I want to be a Tauren or I'll kill myself. Like, if I can't be a Tauren, there's no point in playing this game because they have the dope, like, racial or whatever. It's not something that happens.
That happens sometimes.
So, like, when I had to just finally... Well, they removed that. Like, they're always retweaking those racial abilities so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Like,
they're just like, oh, humans' racial ability is too OP, so we're going to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
I just come to terms with the fact that I have to play Alliance now if I want to play with any of my friends, and I'm honestly...
Excellent.
Like, I hate you.
Alliance is best.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we got dwarves.
Yeah, you also have gnomes.
Yeah, but we have dwarves.
Yeah, but you have gnomes.
You just don't have to play the dwarf or the gnomes.
Yeah, but they're there.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're everywhere. They're in your garrison right now.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
There's no gnomes in there. They're all dead.
Yeah, you wish.
I do, actually. Gnomes suck.
Gnomes are just like really dumb goblins. Like really stupid, pointless goblins.
The worst kind of goblins.
Goblins are awesome, dude. Okay. It's not a conversation about WoW.
It can be,
but okay. Ultimately, it is. It will be. It is. It's always been one. This entire podcast is about WoW.
It is. Spoilers.
So my second level 100 is a Draenei shaman. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a big blue Russian guy. I love Draenei. And I've just come to terms with the fact that like it doesn't fucking matter like what I play as. So in a way, it doesn't matter which faction you play, but in a way, the faction's like the most important thing. And so, ESO basically pretends to have factions.
Right.
It's like, yeah, these factions exist, but if you give us money before you know what the game is like, then we're just going to just delete it. We're going to delete those restrictions. And it's like, at that point, you should just delete those restrictions for everyone. Like, everybody...
They should.
Like, I think that's the part that bothers me the most. If they are allowing people... If they're acknowledging the fact that it matters so little that they'll allow people who pre-order to just remove the restriction, then that restriction shouldn't exist in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. They should just fucking annihilate that shit.
Yeah, they really should, because it's, like I said, they're just acknowledging that it's pointless by saying that certain people can remove it. I mean, that's a big problem with, specifically that happens a lot in, like, free-to-play type games, that they, like, hey, you can pay this money to remove the grind. And it's like, okay, so you're saying that the grind is something that is undesirable? And then why is it in your game?
Yeah. I mean, it ultimately doesn't fucking matter because no one's going to play that game anyway because it's very bad, from what I've heard.
ESO?
Yeah, it's very bad. So, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, I don't really either, but it's just, it's a crazy thing.
It is.
It's a real crazy thing, and I don't like it. Yeah. Like, if they just acknowledge that the race, faction restriction is garbage, then it shouldn't be in their game.
Yeah.
If they think people are willing to pay money to remove it, then it should not be in your game. That's everyone should live by that.
They're probably just going to sell it on the cash store.
I'm thinking that's probably the next logical step.
So, fuck that game and fuck everything it stands for.
I'm saying everything I just said applies to the fact that I can pay $60 to get a max level character in WoW, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, so you remember Crossy Road?
Yep.
Those guys are making a Pac-Man game. Like an officially licensed Pac-Man game.
Oh, that's interesting.
With, like, vector graphics. With, like, voxels.
What?
Actually, I don't know if there can be voxels. But it's like the same art style.
It's going to look like Crossy Road.
Yeah, it's the same art style that, like, the 3D cubic 3D dot game heroes thing.
Yeah. It's
going to look like that, but it's, like, officially licensed Pac-Man game.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know how it's going to play.
Probably like Pac-Man.
I'd love to see, like, an endurance run, like, a version, like, Crossy Road that is Pac-Man, or, like, vice versa.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Bring it on. Probably be free. I'll buy it for free. Let's see. The team that made BioShock, like the former Irrational Games team that no longer is Irrational Games.
I
remember seeing something a couple weeks ago about a game they were working on that they decided wasn't really going to pan out.
Okay.
Or something, or like they had a Kickstarter that didn't work. They apparently have shifted their focus, and they're working on a game as a horror game where you play as a blind woman.
What?
I don't know. I can only imagine that, like, you can use, not like sonar, but it'll be all...
Is this that game that's like, you use echolocation to, like, feel your way around the environment?
It seems like that's what it's shaping up to be. I don't know specifically what you're referring to, or if they actually even know enough, or they've worked enough on the game yet to know if that's what that is, or like that if it's even really out there. The article I read seemed like it was a pretty new thing that they're working on. It seems really interesting, and BioShock's a really good game. So
yeah, I hope that comes out and is good.
I bet this game's going to be all right, too.
Yeah.
I trust them to make some pretty good games. So I could just be wrong about all of this because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, maybe.
And everyone knows that one of the tenets of Bear vs. Mancast is not fact-checking.
That's true. But it's also Nick predicts stuff. That happens.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, so remember that game D4?
Vaguely, but I've never played it.
I think we played it in your house once after you went to sleep.
That sounds like something you guys would do.
We did. We definitely did that. After we watched Taylor Swift music videos, that's what we did.
It sounds like something you guys would do.
Yeah, you sleep early.
I do. I get sleepy.
So D4 is that crazy Kinect game.
Is it the detective game?
Yeah, you play as a detective from Boston whose wife was murdered or something, and you can jump through. You can like quantum leap and shit. It's made by the guy who made Deadly Premonition. And so far, there's only there's one episode released, and there's no other episodes. Like it's D4 episode 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was supposed to be episodic.
I think it is still going to be episodic. So here's the thing: it's coming to PC, and we know about this for a little while, but it got an official release date, June 5th. Coming to PC next month, but they're bringing episode 1. Which means that, like, they gotta be working on an episode 2, right?
In theory, they're supposed to.
They wouldn't bring a game they know is dead, is not getting an episode 2. They wouldn't bring that to a new platform, right? Like, if they decided that, listen, Swery, it's dead, it's over, we're not gonna publish any more episodes, just move on to the next game, they wouldn't bring it to a new platform.
Debatable.
I mean, even if maybe they're not actively working on it, but at least there's hope. If they're gonna bring it to a new platform, at least the idea exists, right?
I mean, honestly, I could see them trying to test interest for it, and then if it does well on the PC, I could see them using that as a way to justify development. But I bet you nothing's in the works right now.
I think there's got to be something in the works. They got to have started working on it somehow.
I don't think so.
What? Why are you so sure? What evidence do you have that they have not been working on it?
I don't have any. I'm just using my gut. I don't think they're working on it right now. I think they're waiting to see what the PC version does, if it moves enough units before.
So if it sells well, then 6 months to a year from now, they might be able to release it because they haven't done any work on it.
Right.
That's a possible scenario, but I really think that they put some work into it.
Okay.
Otherwise, the idea has to exist. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought it to a new platform.
No, I don't think that's true.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, all right. That's fine.
Hey, so The Witcher was really fucked up on Xbox One or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of cloud save stuff.
Yeah,
that is
sucks.
fucking people, and that blows.
Yeah, good thing I didn't play that game because I would have played it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
It sucks. Always get the short end of the stick on Xbox One.
Yeah,
this is a life. This is my curse. This is my cross to bear for being an Xbox One fan.
That's true. You have to deal with that.
Yep, it's my fault.
It's all your fault.
I'm a piece of shit.
You are.
It's because I'm a bad person.
It's true.
The Xbox One suffers. It's all my fault.
That's absolutely 100% accurate.
I'm gonna go self-flagellate and repent for my Xbox One sins, and hopefully CD Projekt Red will fix the shit.
That'll be 30 lashes for you, sir.
I'm yeah. It's gotta happen. All right, so we're gonna check in with some Kickstarters right now.
Ooh, Kickstarter.
How much money do you think our two favorite Kickstarters at the moment have raised?
Ukulele is probably at 1.8 British pounds. 1.8 million British pounds.
Let me see the translation. It's 1.7 British Royal Pounds.
Okay. Which
is $2.6 million.
Whoa.
Pretty good.
Uh-huh.
We kind of fucked up. The same game didn't come out and wasn't really good now. But that's cool. If they make 300,000 more British Royal Pounds, they are going to make DLC that's free for backers.
That would be pretty cool.
Except that they're also acknowledging that they're also going to be making DLC that is not free for backers.
Everybody makes DLC.
Yeah,
it just has to not suck.
It was going to happen anyways. Yeah, the thing about DLC is it has to not suck, and it has to come out in such a time frame that you feel like they couldn't have just put it on the disc.
Right.
So, like, recent DLC done well. BioShock Infinite, Burial at Sea, episodes 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just, like, put you were in Rapture again. And it came out, like, so long after the game came out that you're kind of like, okay, well, clearly, like, this was not just ready to go on the disc.
Right.
Like, they like, worked really hard on making this the real deal. That's done well. But still, like, shit was happening just a couple years ago with, like, the only example I can think of right now is Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Uh-huh.
Where the game came out and it was like, hey, give us $10, you can play as Shuma Gorath and Jill. It's like, no. All I'm downloading is like a 1 kilobyte like unlock key. Just give us the freaking characters. You made them already.
Right. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
Give me
that's
shit.
bad. That's bad DLC. All right, so Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. How much money do you think they earned?
I don't know.
With 16 days to go, they're at $2.7 million. They have surpassed Yooka-Laylee.
Not surprised.
Me neither. And at $3 million, apparently at $2.75 million, we've earned the Iga's biggest castle yet. So this game's gonna be huge.
Huh.
And they've passed all the funding goals for like different music or 8-bit music by the different composers on it. And at 3.1 million or 3.0 million, we get a Wii U version, which in 16 days, I feel like that's very possible.
It'll probably happen.
The one after that, they want 3.25, and it looks like some sort of you can't quite see it. They're intentionally like obscuring it. It looks like we're gonna get some sort of co-op time attack thing, like maybe co-op boss rush or something like that. I don't know. I'm still excited for this game.
I'm gonna let you be excited for this game.
Just gonna wait until March of 2015 to play it, and or 2017.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. Ryan, you want to share it? Okay, we're gonna wrap this up on the Bear vs. Man cast. That's Big Butts moment of the week.
Big Butts,
which I have not decided if I actually want to do every week.
I think we should.
Ryan, did you have a moment this week that you that made you say that's Big Butts?
Yeah, when I was playing Tokyo Jungle, and I was the Pomeranian, and I lived for 78 years.
Holy shit!
I know,
that's Big Butts.
That's Big Butts, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. I found like a fucking big ass horse, and then like I snuck up on it, and then I fucking bit the shit out of it. And like when you bite a big animal, you have to like mash R1 to like bite it a bunch, and I killed it in one go. And I was just like, boom, that's Big Butts, baby.
You killed a horse?
I killed a horse, and I was a Pomeranian.
I love it when horses die.
What the fuck?
Did you not know this about me?
I guess not. I'm very.
You don't know
surprised.
about my obsession with horse death?
I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. I like when horses die.
Nick, what's wrong with you?
You ever seen The Ring?
No.
A horse dies in that movie. It's pretty great.
Jesus. Well,
that is Big Butts though. That's awesome.
That's
You're
big.
78-year-old. Well, you didn't live for 78 years old because that's probably like 10 generations of Pomeranians.
I think it was 7. I think I did.
Still, those
7.
are some old Pomeranians. I don't think Pomeranians have particularly long life.
No, they do.
Expectancies.
They're small. All the small ones have long lives.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I was thinking about it the wrong way.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyway,
so I have an opposite Big Butts experience because I was playing. I already mentioned this, but it's exactly what happened. Is I was playing Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition.
Yes.
And fighting Wendy Koopa, and she was just beating the shit out of me. I'm just like, oh, that's Big Butts.
That's Big Butts.
I got a little mad.
I bet. That's something to get mad about, so that's okay.
I didn't actually yell that's Big Butts, but I probably should.
You should have.
Okay, Ryan, remember that plug you did earlier? And I was like, save it for later, buddy?
I don't remember it, so.
All right, well, then no one's going to know about bearvsman.com, our website where we post news and articles and reviews sometimes, Ryan.
Hey, man.
And as links to our Facebook and our Twitter and our Vine account. We have a Vine account.
Bear vs. Man is on Vine, at Bear vs. Man. I make stuff.
Right.
I make stuff on it.
Ryan, your Vine obsession is going to be the death of us all.
It will not. My Vine obsession will bring us to
I'm
the
well
light
adjusted and healthy.
of humanity.
I can quit Vine anytime.
I can't. It's good.
I know you are addicted to Vine.
So anyway, I'm gonna make Bear versus Man Vines. We're on Bear versus Man.
I just thought about the Vine with the flying the flying lawnmower.
Yeah.
And they're like, it goes a loop de loop.
Yeah, that's a good Vine.
Oh, that's a good Vine.
It's a good Vine.
I love Vines.
I love Vines.
All right, cool. All right, but we're never gonna have an Instagram though. That's just not happening.
Don't ever, never say never.
I didn't. Did I say never?
Yeah, you did.
All right. Well, I really don't want an Instagram. I don't see the point. Hey, at Bear versus Man on Twitter
and Vine.
Or email us at
Bear versus Man Gaming at gmail.com. It's a website.
Email us opinions and questions and insight and insults. Whatever you got, man.
Yeah, email me about the Vine that I made.
So we're on iTunes. Hopefully this is how you're listening to it, because that's just super easy.
Or Stitcher. We're on Stitcher.
Yes. Oh, Stitcher, yeah. People use that. Leave a review on one of those places. Tell a friend. And then so that we can keep doing this dumb thing, even though we probably will do it anyways.
Tell your mother. She'll probably like it.
I was going to say tell your mom too, but I don't think she will, because I curse a lot.
I curse a lot, but my mom says it's okay. So
if you have a progressive mom who thinks it's cool, does your mom listen to this?
I don't think she even knows about it.
I don't know if my mom knows either.
Oh. Next week we tell our moms live on air.
If you have, can you imagine my mom called me? Actually, my mom doesn't call me. My parents just send me text messages that say "call me."
That's weird.
It is kind of weird, and I was like, I don't have to pick a time to. I guess this is actually. I was like, this is actually kind of convenient because I'm gonna be working, so
I guess.
Yeah. So if you have a super progressive mom who's cool with swearing in video games, let her know.
Tell her about Bear versus Man. Maybe she'll like us. We're handsome.
As far as you're concerned,
no, we're handsome.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah. All right. Until next week. Video games.
Fine. Fines.
To go on Vine.
Vine.com.
Stop.
Bye.